Easy call for the official to call on Paul George.
Fourth foul for the Clippers here in the fourth quarter. Pelicans also with 4. Both teams out to stripe the rest of the way. Marshall, 4 to shoot. Off his foot. Not going to get it off. That's the second time here in the quarter, a 24-second violation against the Pelicans. Clippers 4 for 10 here in this fourth quarter. Pelicans 6 for 9. Clippers shooting less than 40% here so far. Pelicans, after a struggle to start the ball game, have now shot 45% overall, including 14 of 34 from above the arc. They hit 15 threes in their loss to the Suns a couple of nights ago. Marshall overplays, makes it difficult for George. He puts his defender in his back pocket, creates space at the free throw line, in and out. Whistle, loose ball foul against Valanciunas, and the Clippers are able to stop the clock and have a chance to put points on the board as Zoo goes to the line. Clippers 8 of 11 from the stripe. Not a ton of free throws, a fairly cleanly played game on both sides of it. And Zoo misses the first of 2. Hey, join us for a special Military Heroes Night during our matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Monday, November 7th. This group ticket offer includes a Clippers hat presented by CarMax. Secure your group tickets at clippers.com/groups. Rockets in town. It's a home and home against the Rockets. Clippers will be in Houston as Zoo, an empty trip at the line. We'll be in Houston Wednesday for a little Texas two-step, and then on Friday in San Antonio. (95-79). McCollum swings it to Marshall. 3 to shoot. Nance, mid-range jumper is good.
And you got defensively the guy you want to shoot the ball, which was Nance. You got it out of McCollum's hands and also time, but Nance felt comfortable at about 15, 14 feet to knock it in.
Timeout, Clippers.
Develop any kind of rhythm on the offensive end. More importantly, the defensive end wasn't the catalyst, which allowed this New Orleans team to gather some momentum. And you see the look on Reggie's face. Yeah, that says all about the performance in the second half. Give the Pelicans credit for fighting and clawing their way.
Well, they were terrific. Marshall will take it to the house. And an exclamation mark here for the Pelicans. Ty Lue has seen enough and has his sights set on tomorrow as the Clippers host the Houston Rockets. Moses Brown, Brandon Boston, Amir Coffey, Moussa Diabate. Terrence Mann out there to close this final 4 minutes out. On a disappointing afternoon. Brandon Boston got off to a good start. First quarters have been issues for the Clippers, and they have been dominant for the Pelicans overall. Well, the Clippers came out. It wasn't necessarily the most efficient 12 minutes, but they looked good. You could just tell that they were into the game. They found a rhythm. They led 36-25 midway through the second quarter, and that's when really the tide began to turn. Clippers are shooting less than 30% here in this second half. And again, give credit to the Pelicans. No Brandon Ingram on the road. No Herb Jones, a noted defender. Been very tough here this afternoon. Good shot there by Amir Coffey.
Yeah, and I would love to give the credit to the Pelicans defense to say that, they really locked up and they forced the Clippers to be uncomfortable, but that's not the case. It was the Clippers' lack of energy, I think, in the second half that kind of thwarted their progress on the offensive end.
Are challenging Mr. Jackson.
Okay.
As you know,
Put it in the air, bro. Put it in the air. Put it in the air.
Murphy to the rim, left-handed, yes. 103-81. Just 29 points for the Clippers so far in this second half. Man, backpedals. Contested 3. The rebound poked around. Ahead to Nance. Again, just a great job last year for the Pelicans. It was a forgettable start, and that's understating it. But I remember talking with Willie Green throughout the ride. He said, the whole time, just stay positive, stay positive. And it's not hard for Willie Green to do that. That's who he is. We saw it here as a Clipper player, just one of the nicest guys and easiest to root for, except for maybe today, the rest of the series that we will play against the Pelicans. But this is a really a great roster, great talent, and as we learned last year, great coaching on the sideline as well.
Yeah, you know, before the All-Star break last year, they were 24th in offensive efficiency. Then after the break, that jumped up to 10th. And then in the playoffs, they were right around first. So he knew what they needed to do to build to that point. It just needed to take some time. And the foundation is set for this team, man, for a long time.
And he had time in Golden State, time on the bench with the Phoenix Suns. So he knows what success looks like. And I think everybody would agree in the NBA that today, the Warriors have the best culture in the league as far as winning and doing the right things. Willie Green has been able to take what he has learned and use his own wisdom, his own experience on the sideline for New Orleans. They're going to be a tough customer in the Western Conference. Boston knocks down the 125 to play on this one.
Well, but also, too, he had to grind his way to carve out how he fit in the NBA. And it's kind of how he kind of put the team together in regards to the complementary pieces around Brandon Ingram, C.J. McCollum, and also Zion Williamson. And that's why they play the way they do. And they're getting better defensively than what they were prior to his arrival.
Minute to play. Boston. Hesitation, gets into the paint off the window. Boston's played 3 minutes, 4 shots. 112-89, and it's hard to believe the Clippers led this one by 11. Back in the first half, game was tied at 54 in the third. Jose Alvarado taking time off the ticker, likely just to take he'll just take the last shot.
Yeah.
That'll be it. I thought maybe he's going to take the turnover.
Maybe.
Norman Powell, a good look. He's not happy, even though he is our player of the game, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. He has found his range. His last couple of ball games are exactly what we think that Norman Powell will be. There you see his numbers. But he is all of us right now.
Yeah, but you always got to kind of try to find the silver lining somewhere, even though you're disappointed in a loss. A couple games in a row, Norman has played really well.
Likely the last active possession here. Terrence Mann puts it in. Mann got the start here this afternoon. 6 points, 5 rebounds, couple of assists. And Alvarado and company will hold it here. Shot clock is turned off. Pelicans are going to win for the 4th time this year. They're going to improve to 4-2 on the season. Clippers are going to fall to 2-4. Clippers haven't won since their game in the capital city against the Kings.
All right, like and subscribe. Have a great rest of your week. And remember, anyone that supports the channel can request any game, any quarter, anytime. Catch you on the next video. We're out of here.